everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Mademoiselle Lena, and you can find me online at www.conjureknits.com. Today we are here to do the weekly forecast for Leo for March the 6th through the 12th, 2022. We are going to be doing a geomancy reading. I love this type of reading. You've got 12 houses. It gives so much information. It really does. If you would like to purchase a geomancy reading, you can go to my website at conjureknits.com, click on the shop button, and it will be right there, geomancy reading. Alright, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Just shrink this down a bit. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is get the mothers. Weekly forecast for Leo. Weekly forecast for Leo. March 6th through the 12th. Okay. This does take a minute. Just bear with me if you don't mind. All right. Okay. So I'm going to blow this up a bit. Change the color here. Alright. For the first house, this is the house of the self. Pardon me. Allergies are so bad right now. The first house is the house of self. It's about you. It could be about your personality, the things you like, dislikes, new projects, your health, different things. But I would say in a weekly forecast, this is going to be really how the beginning of the week starts off, okay? And in this particular house, we have Tristitia. Now, Tristitia is genuinely about sorrow. It's kind of feeling down. You have lower. Your spirits are lowered. You've got lowered expectations and vitality. You could kind of be stuck, really. So it kind of starts off. Your week starts off. You're kind of blah. You're just kind of not feeling it. You're kind of feeling a little down. Alright, so we want to move on over to house number 2. Now this is going to be our money house. You see a little money up here. These are, could be our property that moves. It's any kind of income, profit, could even be profit and loss, personal resources, things that you value. Basically, like I was saying at the beginning, this is your money house. Now, in this house, you have acquisitio. Pardon me. Now, acquisitio is about gain. So, maybe this is what has been getting you down in the beginning, is because it's like, I've got all these fucking bills, and how the hell am I going to pay them? Well, you do have money coming in, okay? Your resources, whether it be straight up money, whether it be help from others, it could be from an income, it could be from a side hustle that you're doing, but whatever it is, you've got help coming in, you've got money coming in, you've got resources. It may not be, that's what I was trying to say, I just couldn't find the words. It may not be cash, but there are resources available, and they're coming in, and gain. That's very good, very, very good. You want that you have success in that area this week, so that is very, very good. So acquisitio. Now I am explaining house by house by house, but I will go back and do an entire overview. Okay, so now house number 3. This is the house of your siblings, your neighbors, your immediate surroundings. Less than 200 miles. It's like this is, basically your immediate surroundings. And in this, you got the dragon's head. Now, with the dragon's head, I'll explain a little bit to you about how it looks here, and it basically explains, what this sigil is. The dragon's head is the beginning of something. It's walking towards something. So here's your door, right? Now, and here's your footprints. You're walking towards that door. These are, you're coming up on new beginnings, new possibilities. So, and that could be too, and that's in your immediate surroundings. So if you are kind of down on your luck, looking for a job, look right around where you are, because your help is going to come from right around where you are, and it may be something new. So think outside the box, okay? Because this is a new beginning, new possibilities. Think outside the box. Don't let that I got a degree in such and such trap you into thinking that that's the only thing you do, because Mr. Bill doesn't care where the money comes from as long as he gets paid. I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be permanent. It can be something temporary. It could be a side hustle. You could be doing Uber in your area. Okay, that might be something new to take a look at, but whatever it is, you do have resources and money coming in. Okay, so you're going to be good regardless, but just keep your mind open here, because you do, like I said, have new possibilities, new beginnings in your immediate surroundings. Also, with this being the house of siblings and neighbors, because sometimes I know our neighbors can really, I'm shaking my head. I know you can't see me, but I'm just like, Sometimes you just don't like that nasty neighbor. This may be a new beginning for you guys. Keep an open mind. If you're having problems with a sibling, a brother or a sister, someone in your family, then keep an open mind. Maybe give that person a chance so that you two can reconciliate and have that new beginning. All right, let's keep going. Now, house number 4 is about land. It's also about your father. Could be about your father. It's about building cities, underground towns. Could be moving. Old age, ancient things like antiques. Could be the end of something as well. Really agriculture, talking about your childhood, something in the past, something that's aged already. And you have Puella. Now, Puella is harmony. So you've got harmony in this area here with things that are older, and this could also, well, we also have another house that deals with ancestors, but since we're talking about older things, look to your elders, okay? Because, and listen to them, listen to their stories. But you're going to be happy in this area. There's a lot of harmony and happiness. Sometimes it can be a little fickle, but overall, it's pretty good. You got a good situationship going on here with your immediate where you live, things like that. The land, your father, everything looks pretty good in pretty good harmony here. So let me write that down, Puella. Now we're going to move on over here to house number 5. Now this is crops. When we talk about crops, we're talking about, planting those seeds, nurturing those seeds until they come into harvest, and we can come into, what's the word I'm looking for? When we can, basically when they become full grown and we're able to harvest our crop. We're able to gather that abundance. So, and also this is the pregnancy house. This is also about children, fertility. Could also be about pleasure, sexuality, love affairs, creativity. All right. And so in this house, we also got Tristitia, the same thing that we got back up here. So if you're having an issue in one of those areas that I just described, your crops, your seeds that you've been planting, they're not growing. Okay, your children are giving you freaking hell. Your love life is not what you want it to be. That could be Tristitia. That's maybe why your beginning of the week is kind of just blah. And it looks like that in those areas, it's going to take a lot of work. It's not something that's just going to change and get better overnight. It does look like, with it coming up in this house as well, in this being a weekly reading, that it's going to continue throughout the week. Don't fret. Baby steps. Work it out. Rome was not built in a day. So, all right, Tristitia. Next, over here in people, pets, illnesses. This could also be about employees, people in service, professions. It could be practitioners of magic, not you, but other practitioners of magic. Diseases, misfortunes. Could be about your animals, your domestic animals. Health in general. Anyway, what we've got here is carcer. Now, carcer is the feeling of being stuck. You feel like maybe, as far as an illness, maybe you feel like this pandemic is never going to freaking end. We are stuck here. Or with it being with people, you could feel like, whether it be in your job, your relationships, your home, whatever, maybe a group of people, you're just kind of not feeling it anymore, and but you don't want to leave. And I feel like that's because it's out of loyalty. You don't want to leave. You don't want to leave the group. You don't want to leave the people. So you just feel stuck in all these areas. Your pets may be pooping on the floor, and you're like, oh my God, I do not want this dog anymore, or I do not want this cat. But you made a commitment. You can't. It's part of your family now. You can't just throw them out. It'd be like throwing your mom out the door. You shit on the floor, mom. Sorry, you gotta go. But this feeling of stuckness, and I feel like too that goes back to the whole blah thing. You may not be feeling that way about feeling stuck in this situationship with people and animals, and even getting down on illnesses going around. You may feel like, so and so died and so died, and who's next? Don't say that. But anyway, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. This is temporary. But it looks like we really need to change our mindset. Get out of that sorrowful downward spiral that we're going through at the beginning of the week. Now, in house number 7, this is the house that I like to call the romance house. It's about intense human relationships. It could be about your spouse. It could be about a lover. It's all love and marriage. Partnerships, agreements, conflicts, competition, known enemies, hunting. It could be about a person that you wish you could find. Maybe you've been thinking about somebody from the past, or you've been dreaming about somebody and they're out there and you're just trying to find this person. It's really, this is such an emotional house. There's so many emotions going on with this house. And here's the kicker. In this one, you got Fortuna Major. Fortuna Major. So, all these worries, this feeling stuck, these sorrowful feelings here, okay, even in your house of pleasure, things are gonna get better. You got great fortune. This is about power, inner strength. Sometimes it can be a difficult path, but if you just let things flow naturally, let it unfold naturally, it's going to be wonderful. Fortuna Major is one of the best sigils in geomancy. That's the one you want to get. This is such an amazing sigil, especially in your house of partnerships. That's the best thing you could ask for, really.
Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Mademoiselle Lina, and you can find me online at www.conjureknits.com. I would like to say thank you for viewing my video, and if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to my channel. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and click on the little bell so that you'll receive notifications of when I go live or upload new videos. I do try to stay pretty busy here on my channel. I do all 12 zodiac signs for the monthly tarot scopes. On Sundays, we have Conjure Crew with myself, Mambo Tanya, and the Black Bonnet Witch. On Mondays, I upload the weekly forecast. Every day, I do a card of the day reveal. On Wednesdays, we have the virtual book club. We are currently reading the Sword of Truth series by Terry Goodkind. It has been so much fun following Richard and Kaylin on their adventures, so you are definitely going to want to join us for that. I also pop on from time to time and do free readings, so make sure you get my notifications by clicking that little bell. Oh, and by the way, did you know that you can get your monthly tarot scope up to 2 weeks before the general public? Oh yes. Check out my Patreon for details. I will drop a link in the description box below. Alright, I feel that I have rambled on long enough. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get back to the video.
Okay, now we're going to move on over to the 8th house. This is the house of death, ghost, any spiritual entity. Well, it could be about someone who commits murder, because it has to do with death, things like that. This could be magic performed by you. Could be missing people, circumstances of missing people. Money you loaned out, think, or maybe you loaned a pair of jeans to someone and they never gave it back, then this would be the house that you would look in. It's legacies. It's deep transformation. Could be taxes and credit as well. I mean, we are coming up on that time. You know, a lot of people have already filed. Other people are getting ready to file. Other people are saying, fuck them, I'm going to wait till the last minute. But anyway, in this house, the house of death, ghosts, magic, cycles, things like that, we get via. Now, when you have one dot, that is active energy. And we have fire, we have air, we have water, and we have earth, and all of them are active. When you have the line here, that means it's a passive energy. But you've got a lot of energy going on in this house. It's like it's a constant change. It's moving, it's flowing, it's, you know, really, they're really saying, you know, you need to pay attention to your intuition in things that deal with this house here. Because it's in constant shifting, it's constantly moving, all of those things. It could be saying also, I do want to point out, it could be saying that your ancestors are actively around you. They are protecting you. They are talking to you. Open up your ears, open up your mind, that third eye. Open your intuition, leave it open, listen, watch for those signs and signals from your ancestors, because you have a lot of spiritual activity going on here. Okay, a lot of change. All right, let's keep going. Now we're going to move down to house number 9. And house number 9 is about, you know, taking journeys over 200 miles, you know, going on a road trip, taking a vacation. It could be voyages by water, by air, by space. I mean, if you want to fly to Mars, you know, hey, never know. This also is the house of spirituality, religion, divination. It can also be about college and arts, dreams, the occult, higher education, long-term planning. This house has a lot of things in this house, but I'm going to tell you right now, in this house you got the sigil of Rubeus. Rubeus is basically, if you draw it out here, and I'll just do it in the red. So you see this here, and then you have a stem, and then you come like this. Can you guys see that? It looks like an upside down wine glass. You know, it's like you poured it out. You're pouring it out. There is a lot of passion with Rubeus, and it could be telling you to pour your passion into whatever it is, whether it be your divination that you're working out, whether it's your college, your higher education, if you're making a plan for retirement, or your 5-year business plan, whatever it is, pour all of your passion into what you're doing. Also, it's really big. It's, what is it? Okay, I'm sorry, they're talking to me. They're trying to get me confused. I was on a roll, and then they just interrupt whenever they want to interrupt. Spirit, that is. They're telling me, don't forget that this is ruled by Mercury. So make sure that you have good communication. So when you're pouring your focus into your plans, talk it out, even if you're talking it out only with yourself. Speak it out loud. Manifest that shit. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so they just wanted to make sure you knew communication is key. So if you are working on your education, communicate with your professors. Talk out your work. When you're making your outline for your essays, talk it out, you know. But communication is going to be really key in all of these areas. If you're going on a trip, talk it out, make a plan. If you're doing something spiritual, whether you're coming into a house, leaving a house, whether you're converting to a new religion, whether you're just coming up under a mentor to study, keep that communication open. That's going to be so important. And make sure that you give it all you got. Give it that passion that you have. All right, so let's keep moving. Now we're going to move over to the 10th house. This is the house of career and reputation. It could also be about your mother. It doesn't have to be about one particular thing here. And this is a weekly forecast for all of Leos, so some will hear one thing, some will hear something different. Different people will draw different energy from that house. This is a position in society. It's people in authority, such as your mother. It could also be about politics. It could be about weather, treatments in medical treatments. I'm not doing a medical treatment. I'm not giving any medical advice. What you hear is what you hear. It could be, it's fame, it's glory, it's victory, it's kings, independent business. Once again, they're telling me government. Okay, and I'm not getting political, okay? Spirit just speaks whatever the fuck it wants to speak. It doesn't even care if it gets me in trouble. All right, so here in this house, in our house of career, reputation, government, mother, things like that, we have Fortuna Minor. Now, Fortuna Minor, you know, it is success. It is still success, even though it's minor. When we say minor, it's something that happens fast, and it's not stable, so it doesn't stick long. Okay, so if we're talking about politics and government, it could be talking about the attack on Ukraine. It hit hard, it hit fast. Hopefully, it will not last long. If you are coming into a career, if you're starting a new career, you may be ending a new career, whatever it is, it's going to take place fast. If it's like I was saying up here earlier, which house was I talking about? I don't even remember, to be honest, but I know I was talking about a job. Even if it's temporary, Bill doesn't care as long as he gets paid. This, in your house of career with Fortuna Minor, that's basically saying the same thing. You're gonna get something. It's gonna happen fast. It's gonna come in. You're gonna get what you need, but it's unstable. It's not gonna last long. So just know that, okay? Might not be the best time to start a new business. Now up here we did have new beginnings, but you can start your planning. Pour all your passion into your planning. This week may not be the week to do that, because right now, while it is successful, it's not stable. It does not last long. Alright, so moving on, house number 11. This is a house of friends, associates, promises, sources of help, hopes and wishes. Like things like your annual crops, like you only plant potatoes or whatever, and they're just now getting ready to harvest. These are any unasked questions. Each and every one of you watching this has a specific question that you are wondering about. You're not here talking to me, so I have no idea what that question is, but this is the answer to your unspoken question. This could also be about, receiving help, things like that, friends, how we express ourselves. And look what we got. Look what we got. We got, you already know. You already know. We got the dragon's head. Once again, this is about new beginnings. So, If your question has to do with romance, will so-and-so come back to me? And I'm just throwing out a few here. I'm like I said, I don't know anybody's question. I don't even know who's going to watch this video. If you're asking things like, will so-and-so come back to me? When will I find love? Will I ever get pregnant again? Or will I get pregnant soon? Is this a good time to start planning a business? Should I look for a new job in the same field or a different field? Well, this is your answer, because the dragon's head is new beginnings. And notice I said new beginnings, new possibilities. Just like up here, I was explaining, this is not something from the past. This is something brand new, new possibilities. You know, make a list of your hopes and your dreams, your wishes. Start that vision board, because it's all possible. It's you got the dragon's head. It's very possible. Start manifesting that. I'm telling you, start manifesting it. All right. So we keep moving. We're moving over to house number 12. This is about restrictions, limitations, debts. Could be about somebody who is in prison. Secrets, unknown enemies, harmful magic to you. This is somebody else doing magic to you. Secret enemies, even. Misfortune in your inner spiritual life. And here we have Fortuna Minor again. Now, I'm going to say this, all right? Here, how we talked about, yes, it's going to be successful. It's going to be swift, but it's not going to last long, okay? And that maybe not be such a good thing in the house of career. But in the house of restrictions and debts, of the house where people are keeping secrets from you, yeah, they might have a little bit of success at first, but their success is not going to last. So this is a very good thing in house number 12 here. All right, now let's keep going. Now what we have here, if we were doing a reading where you purchased a reading from me, you ask a specific question, these three here would be read a little different. But in this case, with it being a weekly forecast, you can see here that we have the past, the present, it doesn't say present here, but it is the present, and the future. This is if you do not actively change anything that's going on in the reading, that's what the future will be. Okay? You always, I really believe with all of my heart, anything that you heard here today, if you don't like it, you have free will. You can change it. Change the outcome to the outcome that you desire. If this is the outcome that you want, leave it alone. Don't run and tell everybody what's going on. Keep it to yourself. Just leave it alone and let it flow. All right. So, in the past, you have had Leticia. Now, Leticia is really good. You've had a lot of joy. You've had balance. It seemed like you had happiness of every kind. And that's great. Let me just write this down here. Oh shit, I misspelled it. I always leave out that E. Maybe because it's silent. But you've had all of this happiness and this joy here. Okay, and you can have that again. You've already had it. You know that it's possible to have that kind of happiness and joy and that feeling of balance. Okay, and in the present, you have Fortuna Major. Things are looking up for you. Now with Fortuna Major, unlike Fortuna Minor, Fortuna Major is about power. It's about inner strength. Using that inner strength is great fortune. And the main thing is it unfolds naturally. You have to let it go with the flow. Let things happen. Don't try to force it, because Fortuna Major is very good. Also, Fortuna Major is stable. Okay, it's gonna last. Alright, and in the future, you have, once again, well, not once again name, it's a different name. This is Puella. But over here, you had joy. Over here, you have harmony. So, anything that's going on this week, let me turn it around here. All this stuff that is going on in these different houses are all happening for a reason. Like I was saying at the beginning, you come into the week, you're feeling kind of just blah. You're letting things get to you. Don't sweat the small shit, okay? It may not feel like it's small to you, but overall, it's telling you, go with the flow. Let things happen naturally. Let it unfold naturally. Don't worry about paying your bills. You've got money coming in. You've got resources coming in. You've got people here to help you. It just seems like you're kind of stuck in that block. And I get it. I'm a Leo too. It's like sometimes we just get in that mood where it's like, fuck it. We just don't want to do anything. And that's really what this week looks like it starts off as. And it can continue a little bit through some houses in different areas. But the ones that you're really showing sorrow and blah in, you've got Major Fortuna overall. Not only up here in your partner's house, because like I was saying, in your pleasure, in the beginning of the week, you're really feeling down in those areas, but in your partnership house, it's really good. So whatever it is, water off a duck's back, just let it go. Keep moving with the flow. Because overall, it's very, very good week here. You were happy in the past, you're going to be happy again. You've got that joy, you've got that harmony, everything looks really good here. Alright, so I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you would like a more personal and detailed reading, you can go over to my website at www.conjureknits.com. Click on the shop button and select a Geomancy reading. I look forward to reading for you and getting to know you all better. I hope you all have a very amazing week. Love you bunches. Bye-bye.